Wouldn't it be nice if everyone could just work a 35-hour work week instead of 40 hours? You get to spend more time with your family and more time relaxing. A normal work week in America is from Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and it's about 40 hours a week or more. The idea of this 35-hour work week came to me when I went on my trip to Paris, France in May and June. The work week there is 35 hours per week, and they work 5 days and have a lot longer lunches than we do. Their lunch is about 2 hours long, and they just socialize more, spend time with friends or family, and sometimes they even go home to take a nap. I was talking to a French lady in France, and she said it's just really nice to get out and socialize during the day. She has more time, she just can relax, take a nap, and feels a lot better about going to work in the afternoon. The French are actually more productive than the Americans. They achieve their high standard of living while working 16% less hours than the average world citizen, and they rank 18th in terms of GDP per capita. Research from Apple also shows that over 500,000 workers actually worked less during peak iPad production month, and they went from 60 hours a week to 48 hours per week and were more productive in February. They made more iPads during this time where they cut their hours down than they would when they worked more hours. So they were just more productive when they worked less hours. The survey that I did was on 23 people. 8 of them were Sheetz employees that I work with. Some of these employees included a chef, food scientist, marketing director, and bakery director. And the other people surveyed were just random family friends that work in Pennsylvania. Of the 23 people, 22 said yes, they would like a shorter work week, and 1 said no. The one that said no is because he's a boss, and he said he wants his employees to work more. The 22 that said yes were then asked further questions. I'll talk about what time they would like to work, the stress involved in a 40-hour work week, more productive in the 35-hour work week, if the people would take less pay, and what they would do with their extra time. You can follow along on the presentation that I made on the PowerPoint. The first topic that I'll talk about is what time they would like to work. My 3 options were working 4 days a week for 9 hours each day, or working 5 days with long lunches like the French do, or working 5 days and getting out early every day at around 3:30. 90% of the people, as you can see on my graph, said that they would like to work the 4-day week with 9-hour days. 10% said that they would like to work 5 days and leave early every day, and none said that they would like to work the 5 days with the longer lunch, which is actually what the French do. Many people picked the 4-day week because they would like to have Fridays off to have an extra day for the weekend. No one picked the 5-day week with longer lunch breaks, and they just said that because they think it's a waste of time and they would rather get out early and get to go home with their children and loved ones. My next question was if people get stressed during the 40-hour work week, and everyone said yes. You can look on the PowerPoint. Reasons for being stressed were long days with little breaks, stress from bosses and coworkers, and other research said that people actually felt more stressed when the summer hours changed, but I think the people that I surveyed just don't know what that feeling is like yet for their hours to change, so maybe their answers would change. Maybe they would be more stressed if they had a 35-hour work week, but for now, with the 40-hour work week, they think that they would be less stressed during the 35-hour work week. My next question was if they thought they would be more productive during a 35-hour work week, reasons why that they thought they'd be more productive. Also, all 22 people said yes, they thought they would be more productive. You can see in this pie chart different reasons why they thought they would be. They said they would talk less to coworkers because they know that there's a time constraint. They don't have that extra 5 hours to just goof around or talk to their coworkers. They know they need to get done what they need to get done in that little amount of time, so they're going to get it done so they can leave earlier at the end of the day or take Friday off, whichever one they picked. They also wouldn't be as tired during the day. You would have more time to sleep and relax at home if you got home earlier or had that extra day of rest. The day is shorter, so you don't get that 2:30 feeling in the middle of the day, and most people go out, take a coffee break, or get a soda and just end up talking to friends and wasting time that they could be really productive. My next question was a little harder. It was, would you take less pay if you could work a 35-hour work week? It was a hard question because it really depends if you're paid by salary wage or hourly wage. And my opinion is that the salary should be the same no matter how many hours you're working if you're still getting the same job done that you would have in the 40-hour week. But say you cut that in 1/8 since you're working 1/8 of the time. And many of the people then who are on a salary wage said no, they would not take the less pay because they are getting the same amount of work done. And many people that are on hourly wage would just not get paid for those 5 hours. They'd get paid for a 35-hour work week instead of a 40-hour work week. And they said that they would take the less pay. Overall, you can see on the graph that 8 said yes, they would take the less pay, and 14 said no, they would not take the less pay. The majority of the people said they would not take less pay because they need the money to support their families, and the ones who said yes were the hourly wage people. One of the people that was on salary wage said he would take less pay just to spend more time with his family and kids. My last question was, what would you do with your extra time if you did work a 35-hour work week? You can see on the next slide that many people had the same answer, which was just hanging out with their kids and family. Many people want that extra time to spend with their kids. It's hard to get a babysitter. They just want to see them right after school. So that was the majority of everyone's answers. And then other answers were just relaxing and sleeping, which is also always nice. Watching TV, golfing, gardening, cleaning the house, just doing your hobbies that you like to do. And like I said, hanging out with your family was the majority of the reasons. Overall, almost everyone liked the idea of a 35-hour work week. Most people picked the option with a 4-day work week, working 9-hour days, and some people picked the 5-day work week, going home early every day. But like I said, no one picked the 5-day work week with longer lunches, which is where I got the idea from in the first place. An engineer in America told ABC News that he would spend Fridays doing what he would normally need to get done on a Saturday, like work around the house, yard work, just running his errands. And then Saturday he would just have that day to spend all day with his kids or his wife, and he would just be able to relax that day instead of have to run his errands. The benefits of a 35-hour work week include a less stressful environment and possibly being more productive during the week. Most would not take less pay, especially if they're on salary, but many would take less pay if they were on hourly wage. Most people want to spend time with their kids and their family and also just need more time to relax and catch up on sleep. I think a 35-hour work week would benefit many Americans, and we'd be more relaxed and more productive during the work week. Thank you.